Hello, hello, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me in today's video. I am finally getting around to testing out the new-ish Zodiac Pigments from ColourPop and Kathleen Lights. Yeah, this is all 12 of the loose Zodiac Pigments that Kathleen Lights, who is a beauty influencer here on YouTube, collaborated with ColourPop to create. So this is kind of a update, a second part to the original Zodiac collection that Kathleen did with ColourPop last summer, so summer 2018, in which she created the Zodiac eyeshadow palette. You know, this little guy. Also, I have some Super Shock highlighters here. She did some lipsticks. I think there were some liquid eyeshadows as well, I believe, in the collection. I actually did a full review of that collection. If you want to see my original thoughts using that collection, I will link it above and down below in the description box as well. But this is kind of an update, a second part to the collection. So apparently ColourPop used to have loose pigments and then they weren't very good. So they came out with a new reformulation and they collaborated with Kathleen to come out with these 12 new colors of pigments. These look so gorgeous. I have had these for a little while and I've dug into just a couple of the shades. I've used the Archer, the Scales, of course, because I'm a Libra, so I wanted to use my own color. And then I also used the Maiden. This one is gorgeous. But there's still a lot more in here that I really wanted to test out and play with. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. I'm going to show you how I got this eye look, talk you through how I did another eye look the other day that's a little bit more bright and colorful as opposed to this one, which is a little more toned down and wearable. I really, really love using loose pigments. I think they're a really fun addition to anyone's makeup collection. So if you want to hear my thoughts on this collection, about all the pigments, kind of see how I use them. Pigments can be a little bit tricky. Sometimes I feel like people, it's a little intimidating. I mean, I'm always scared. And whenever I go through a day of using pigments and not spilling any, that's a really good day. And I didn't spill any today, so that was a win. So if you want to see how I got this look, my thoughts on these collections, see how I got another more colorful look, all that fun stuff, hang in there. We're getting started right now. So I am zoomed in and ready to get started. When I was looking over the Zodiac collection initially, I kind of was a little bit torn about which direction I want to go. Obviously, there are 12 different pigments, one for each of the 12 Zodiac signs. So I really felt like there were a lot of different directions in which I could go using this collection. I kind of decided not to do anything with the blues and the greens because I've been doing a lot of those looks recently. And I already played with the Archer, which is purple, and the Scales, which is kind of like a pink, in my Valentine's Day tutorial. So I kind of was like, okay, I've already used those. What am I gonna do? So I picked out 3 pigments, which I actually, maybe they're not the most exciting. I think one especially is really exciting, but these are kind of 3 that I was really drawn to from the beginning when I first saw this collection revealed. So the first one is the Goat, which is this gorgeous, like, kind of dusty antique copper, which I thought will be really pretty. So I'm gonna put this all over the lid. And then I'm gonna use the Twins, because, like, I don't know. It's kind of a duochrome red gold. And it looks really pretty. This is one of the ones that I thought for sure was going to be one of my favorites when I saw the collection. And then I'm going to use this gold one, which is called the Lion. My Lion of Lannister. And I'm going to use this one as an inner corner highlight, which may be not the most exciting look, but I think it'd be something that's actually really wearable and like an everyday kind of way to use these pigments. So I think sometimes people will see these pigments and all the choices and being like, wow, there's a lot there. I have no idea how I could use these in my everyday life. So let's do something a little more toned down and simple and fun with playing with these. So of course I'm going to use the Zodiac palette. Of course, I love this palette. And I'm gonna do something really, really simple. I'm gonna start by going into the Taurus, which is this really gorgeous brown shade, and just put this in the crease and on the brow bone. Okay, so now that I have a nice base down with the Taurus, I'm actually gonna go in with the Goat, and I'm gonna take this just on this is some powder. It doesn't really matter if you have like an actual like palette that you use for mixing, that's fine. I'm taking, I don't know, this much. And I'm gonna just put this on here. This is using my flat brush. This is a ColourPop E3. And I'm going to use Fix Plus as my mixing medium. Whatever mixing medium you normally use for pigments is totally fine. I like Fix Plus. So I'm just gonna start by spritzing my brush, making sure it gets fairly wet. So I'll do like a couple spritzes on each side. And then taking the brush and going into the pigments to kind of create like a little bit of a paste. So it's wet, get the brush well coated, and then I'm gonna go in directly to my eyelid. That's really pretty. That is a really, really gorgeous copper shade. Yeah, that's nice. And with a really opaque pigment like this that I'm using in its more metallic form as opposed to its more glittery form, I don't really feel like you need to cut the crease. I feel like you can kind of do a simulated cut crease with the pigment without having to like take the time or the extra step, you know? But that's just me. If you want to do a cut crease, you're more than welcome to do that. I just think it's a little bit of an unnecessary step, to be honest. A little bit of fallout, not too bad. Yeah, that's gorgeous. Now I'm gonna go back in with the brush that I used from the Taurus and just kind of clean up the edges. Now this would be a really gorgeous, like just all over lid shade and be like, yep, that's it. 2 steps, 2 colors, I'm done. Smudge a little bit more of the Taurus on the lower lash line. Throw on a little liner, mascara, out the door. That could be so fast and so simple. But that's not really why you came here, is it? I mean, maybe. Fast and simple is fun. I wish that I could, on a regular basis, do something fast and simple, but I never can. I never can. I'd be like, I'm just gonna do a really quick eye look. It's gonna be fast. It never is. I am, however, going to take a little bit of the Virgo and use this to continue to deepen up and smoke out the outer corner of the eye. For this, I'm using a very small little pointed blending brush. All right, so I've now got the shape down with both eyes. I am now going to go in with the Twins, which is this really cool like duochrome color. Again, I'm taking a clean, this is the same brush, the E3 from ColourPop. And with this, I really want the like glitter to kind of sparkle as opposed to being metallic. So I'm going to take a glitter glue and just taking a tiny, tiny bit of glitter glue. And I'm going to just pop this right on my lid. Now taking the dry brush, picking up some of the Twins and popping this on the lid. And then now going back with the first brush, taking a little bit more of the goat and just cleaning up the edge, blend the goat and the Twins together. Finally going back in with a little bit more of the Virgo, just cleaning up the outer edge and blending everything together. And then finally going back with just a little bit more of the Taurus for one final blend. Then taking a flat definer brush, I'm going into the color the Capricorn and using this as a shadow liner on both the upper and lower lash line. Finally, I'm going in with one last pigment for today. So this is the Lion, and I'm using this as an inner corner highlight. Taking this on a very small little pointed pencil brush and going actually directly in to the container, tapping off the excess, and then placing this on the inner corner. I'm gonna drag it down just a little bit. Okay, so this is the finalized eye look. I really kind of like it. It's a little bit different, kind of grungy, but it's pretty. I am gonna go ahead and finish the rest of my face, put on some mascara. Oh, I scrounged around in my stash and I also found these highlighters, so I'm gonna use these. This is Fire. I think Fire will go complement the kind of gold copper tone of the eye look really well. I love these Super Shock highlighters. They're fantastic. gonna take this as a brow bone highlight too. Okay, nice. So I am gonna go ahead and finish up the rest of my face. I don't really have that much left to do, mostly just like mascara and lipstick. But while I'm doing that, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the swatches of all of these Zodiac pigments. So we have the shades The Ram, which is a bright orange coral with a gold duochrome sheen. We have the Bull, which is a bright emerald green. The Twins, an intense pink with coppery duochrome sheen. The Crab, soft periwinkle with a lavender duochrome sheen. The Lion, a true yellow gold. The Maiden, shimmering white with highlights of gold and sheer glitter. The Scales, cool toned pink with an icy blue sheen. The Scorpion, a warm burgundy. The Archer, deep plum with a turquoise duochrome sheen. The Goat, deep golden bronze. The Water Bearer, vivid cobalt blue. And the Fish, seafoam green with a gold duochrome sheen. I am back after finishing up the rest of my face, and I have to say I'm really enjoying this eye look today. I think it's quite pretty. So I've had a ton of fun playing with these pigments so far. I think there's a really great range of colors. You can do something a lot more neutral like I did today, or there's a lot of really fun colors that you can use either, you know, together or on their own, or just to like zhuzh up any look. You can use them with other palettes. You can use them with the Zodiac palette, obviously. So I think this is a really fun addition to the ColourPop line. So I actually did do another look using these kind of like brighter colors. If you haven't seen my Valentine's Day tutorial using the scales and the Archer and the scales, it's linked down below in the description box. So I'll talk you through kind of how I did the look the other day using the Crab and, what's this one? The blue one? The Water Bearer. So I did use those two the other day. So I'll talk you through really quickly how I did that look. That was a really fun look. It was different. It used some of the more fun colors. But I really, oh, and I think I did use a little bit of the Maiden. I really do like this. I think this is good. So I have not used the old ColourPop pigments. So when Kathleen debuted this collection, she was talking about how these pigments are a reformulation for ColourPop. So I did not ever try or use the original ColourPop pigments, so I don't have those with which to compare in this review. But I do have to say, I love MAC pigments, and those are pretty much the pigments that I have used exclusively. I love them. I think they're fantastic. And I feel like for a lot of people, the MAC pigments are really like the standard of what a good loose pigment really is. So I think having ColourPop come out with these that are only $7 each, so you can get all 12, the whole collection, for $70, or you can get each one of these little individual pigments for $7. Like $7 is such an amazing price for a pigment because these will last forever. Forever, ever, ever. Like these pigments are going to be around forever in your collection. So I think it's a really good deal. And how these work compared to some of the MAC pigments that I've used in the past, I really don't see a ton of difference. If anything, I just wish that there was maybe some glitters, that some were a little bit more sparkly or shimmery. I know you can use them in different ways, which is what I tried to do today, using them both with like MAC Fix Plus as a mixing medium. The wear time is really great. I mean, look at these these were just swatches that I was testing. They're still there and they're not going anywhere. So the wear time with those as a mixing medium is really great. I just wish that they were a tiny bit more sparkly and glittery with a glitter glue. These pigments tend to fall a little bit more on the metallic range as opposed to a shiny, shimmery range, which is fine. It's just, I think, a matter of preference, and I have nothing against that. I do really like these pigments. I think they perform well. I like glitter. And some people like more, you know, shiny, shimmery, metallic. These are in the more shimmery, metallic range. Now, do I want ColourPop to come out with some more like glitter pigments? Yes, that would be amazing. Like, hello, ColourPop, can you get on that? Like, that would be really, really great. But as pigments, I think this is a great start. And I think there's a lot of colors in here that anyone could find something that they like. You can get the whole collection, or I like that they do sell them individually, so you can kind of pick and choose, just like, oh, I really want this green and this gold, you know, and just kind of pick and choose the ones that you like. So I think that's really cool. I really do hope that ColourPop does expand the line and add more pigments and some more finishes with the pigments. I think that would be fantastic. I really enjoy using pigments. I think they're a great addition to anyone's collection because there's a lot of versatility when it comes to using pigments that I think they're kind of underused in most people's collections. Like even this collection, I didn't really hear anyone talk about it online, which is why I was like, oh yeah, I used it in the one video, but I was like, I really wanted to do a dedicated video really diving into how to use these pigments, what I think of these pigments, doing different looks with these pigments, because I just feel like pigments as a whole, as like a section of everyone's makeup collection, like, you know, I think if you have a large enough collection, I feel like most people have like a couple pigments here or there, but they're just really underused as a whole. And so that's why I wanted to do this video, to really kind of share my love of loose pigments. So because I like them and I like sharing the things that I like with you guys, I did pick up some extras. So I picked up 6, so half of the collection as loose pigments to give to you guys as a little giveaway. So the ones that I picked up was kind of just I picked up just a range of different colors. I have the Archer, the Maiden, the Twins, the Water Bearer, the Goat, and the Scorpion. So these were kind of the ones that I thought were the most unique, and to give you a little bit of like every range. So there's some red, there's the really gorgeous copper that I used today, and you know, the pink and the purple and the blue, and then this like kind of white iridescent one. So it kind of gives you, I thought, like a little bit of a range of all of the different pigments. So all 6 of these I will give away to one person. The details will be down in the description box. There'll be a link that'll take you to the Gleam website. That way you don't have to share personal information in the comments, and I can contact you in like a safe and secure way. It's just trying to keep everything safe and confidential for everyone out there. So yeah, if you want to enter, make sure you like this video, subscribe, leave a comment, and enter using the link. There'll also be information on how to get an extra entry by following me on Instagram. All that stuff, all the information will be in the description box, so you can add to your collection of pigments with these guys. So yeah, that's all that I have to say. I love these pigments. I think they're really fun. I think I'm definitely going to keep using them here or there in different videos and different looks, because there's just so many fun colors in here that I think you can just take them any way that you want. That's my 2 cents worth on this collection. Thank you guys so very much for watching. I hope you liked it. If you did, be sure to give me a thumbs up. It lets me know that you enjoyed it so I can keep doing videos like this in the future with kind of, you know, multi-day wear tests and really doing an in-depth look on this collection. Also, if you have not yet subscribed and you want to be entered into the giveaway, be sure that you hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you'll be notified every single time that I upload a new video. Thank you again for watching. I love you all so very much. Bye!